Hello. So we are here now with filmmaker from Brazil, Felipe Guerra, and
Hi,
our
hi.
Career Achievement Award from this year, IGG Nabwana from Uganda.
Yeah.
And they will be talking about his films, and I hope you have fun. Isaac, thank you so much
Yes.
for being a part of Fantaspoa. We love your films. We love Uganda. We love Wakaliwood. Super!
Action. Thank you. Thank you.
So, how's everything, Isaac?
Yeah, we are fine. We are fine. We are trying to open from the COVID, so we are fine.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
just you to know, Michael Bay never won a Lifetime Achievement Award in Fantaspoa.
Sorry for him.
And you're still alive, so you probably will win in the future some more Lifetime Achievement Awards.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fantaspoa.
Okay, let's talk about the past. Do you remember the first movie that you ever saw?
Yeah, the first movie I think I ever saw was a TV series,
Hmm.
and it was called Hawaii 50.
Oh,
And yes, that was, I think I was very young. I was very young. I was lucky.
okay.
We had a black and white TV
Mm-hmm.
from in the late 70s.
Mm-hmm.
When I was very young, we saw that movie, and I remember the pistol. And also very much, but more interesting movie I saw those days was Rogan's Run.
Logan's Run.
Yeah, I remember seeing that crazy pistol of his, and
Okay.
his. I like the pistol very much, and plus sometimes it make blades like a chew, chew.
Uh-huh.
I like those blades, but I don't see them nowadays. I miss even his companion, the guy who was working with him. He used to open the stomach, and whenever they needed mechanic, something like a mechanic, he
Yeah,
opened his
yeah,
stomach. It was like a toolbox.
yeah.
I
Hmm.
like that, that Logan's Run was so important. I mean, so interesting. And the car, they used to come with a car, which was like, it could come like, a shield or something like that, and it opens, and then it was like a magical car. So I like that Logan's Run very more than, Hawaii 50. But
Uh-huh.
those are the first movies I saw from the TV.
Hmm. And do
Yeah.
you remember which movie made you fall in love with cinema? The first
Uh,
movie that
I
you saw, and oh my God.
The truth is, I did not see a movie that made me put me into cinema, but
Mm,
I heard the movie. I
mm,
heard it from my brother.
okay.
My brother used to go to cinema halls. I never went to cinema hall when I was
Mm,
young. So
mhm.
my brother Robert used to escape and go. When he comes back, he used to tell me more of, I can't say that it was this movie, but I know the character. The character was called Buddy Spencer. So he used to talk about Bud Spencer, crushing people,
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
He was very good. I mean, at telling the stories. He used
yeah.
also to tell me about Enter the Dragon.
Mm,
I think that was Bruce Lee and Chuck
yeah,
Norris.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, he used to tell me about James Bond movies.
Hmm.
Later on, yeah. Then he was also talking about Wang Yu. I don't know who. I've never, got a chance of watching Wang Yu movie, but he used to tell me about a character called Wang Yu. So that I think that is the 80s there, and
Hmm.
then later on it started talking about Rainbow and Loki something, and then
Hmm.
he started Chuck Norris, then also Schwarzenegger came in, and later on they started talking about Jack Chan and Jet Li later. So those are the, but I had all those ones from Robert, and they were
Hmm.
only stories he was telling me. So for me, what inspires me into action is the imagination of Robert is telling the story.
You
When I
only
watch
heard,
this,
you only heard about the movies.
yeah, yes, but when I see these movies nowadays, they are not as interesting as Robert used to tell me. I
Yeah,
think
of course.
Robert is
The
Robert is a
movie,
very good.
the movie in your head is better.
Yeah, it's better. It's better than what I see nowadays. So Robert, I think he's a good storyteller. Nowadays, Robert is my brother. Robert is my brother, but is now behind some choreography because he's a kung fu master. Yeah,
Wow, great,
yeah.
great.
So we work together. He, in fact, he persuaded me to, entering, kung fu training. And he's trained. He started training me. We started training each other from the books. We used to read the books, the Chinese magazine books, and then we started training ourselves the movements of kung fu. So we learned from the books, and
Based
I
on books.
remember. Yes, they were good. Yeah, basic movements. Yeah, but when we went to China the 3 past years ago, I went with him to Shaolin Temple, the Southern Shaolin Temple. We met the abbot there, and he confessed that you are good when he demonstrated. And lucky enough, the style he was doing, called Nanchuan, is the same style the abbot used to do. So he said, "Can you demonstrate for me, Nanchuan? That is my style." He demonstrated and said, "You are better than me." He was so amazed to see that we learned from books. Yeah, so we learned from books the movements, and that's why you see the kicks in my movies are very perfect,
Yeah, yeah.
because I know what I'm doing, exactly what I'm doing, and I feel it from childhood. I've been doing it from childhood. Yeah, yeah,
Looks
because
very real, in fact. The kicks
yes,
and the
yeah, because I started training kung fu when I was young in 1986. So that means we have a very good experience with the kicks and punches. Yeah. And we have trained so many youth here.
So, Isaac, it's true that movie theaters in Uganda are from rich people?
I can't say that they are now rich for rich people, but in the past they were for rich people. But those theaters are no longer here. They are now they transformed into churches, born
Okay.
again churches. They are no longer here. They were, I think, they used to belong to Indians. So by that time, Indians were the rich people in Uganda, and a few Ugandans were able to, to enter those theaters. But starting from 1984, 85, there, we started making our own theaters, the local cinema halls, made
Okay.
out of woods and papyrus. So those theaters are now becoming big and spreading all over the country. So those ones are for poor people. But we have like 4 or 3 cinemas, real cinemas. Those are for rich people. And I think they don't have a big population of Ugandans going there. Most Ugandans go to these local cinemas where we have the VJing the movie. In those big cinemas, you never have a VJ. You never have a
Okay.
VJ in those big, corporate cinemas. Don't have VJs, but in these local ones, which have the majority of Ugandans, for the poor people, we have a VJ. We enjoy. They are in the community. They are in the community. Around me, there are two theaters already in my community here. So they are all over the country. And those are for the poor people, and they charge very little money.
And the VJs comment all films they show.
Yeah, they comment all the films that are shown in the cinema, these local cinema halls, no matter from where, or from China, from Hollywood, from where. They comment on them. And now we are now seeing even VJs now commenting these shops on TVs. Or shops coming from, even your country. Normally, Brazil is one of the country that give us where we get these, TV series. And I see also Mexico, Venezuela, and Guatemala, and Philippines, and Korea, now India. Those are the common TV series we have here in Uganda. But they are all VJ'd. They have a VJ voiceover.
So, do you remember the first time you enter in a movie theater?
This local one, meaning these local theaters. Yeah, that is when I was taking my movie, Who Killed Captain Alex, to be VJ'd. That is the first time I. Yes, because but you know what? That doesn't mean that I'd never heard of a VJ, because when they do it, they record it themselves and then they sell these DVDs. So I had already got heard of the VJs, how they do it, and in fact the first VJ was my classmate when we were young. So. When I wanted Captain Alex to be VJ'd, because it is the first Ugandan movie to be VJ'd. So it was the first of its kind. because it is in Luganda, our language, and it is also VJ'd in Luganda, our language. So it was something that was unique and has never happened in Uganda. So when I wanted to be VJ'd, I wanted one VJ to do it, and when I approached him, he said no. He never wanted to VJ a Luganda movie in Luganda. So I had to listen to many VJs and choose another one. So that's how I chose VJ Emmy. So when I went to him, that is the first time I entered into his hall, and he said, okay, let me try it. So he VJ'd Who Killed Captain Alex, but the audience was, we had an audience in there. It was their first time experience, and what amazed everyone was like they were always screaming. They had it for the first time, a Ugandan movie, and it was the first action movie from Uganda they had watched. They had first watched, so it was crazy. It went viral. That's why everywhere, all cinema halls wanted that movie. It was crazy. It was crazy, and it opened it.
Watching your films, it was the first time that I watched a movie with a VJ. It's a whole new experience for me, you know. And to me, it works very well because it's like that annoying guy in the theater that start making joke with the film, you know. But also the guy explains a lot of the film, you know, because your films are very complex. There are lots of characters and things, and the guy is explaining the story. So to me, it works perfectly. It's a great way to make pictures. You know, I don't know if maybe it's better than watching without a VJ. You know, I don't know what you think.
Yeah, and the truth is, even me myself, when I take my movie to the VJ, I watch it after VJing it. I watch it more than 3 times. It puts in something which I've not put in. Always, maybe I'm in love with VJ. I don't know, but yes, there are some people who don't have VJs, and they also have a point in there because for them, they especially those ones who went into schools of film. They believe it's not normal because they did not sit in schools. So, but for me, I always tell them that you should always be ready to learn because we are generations are still coming. We don't know what next generation will come with. So for me, I don't believe that everything was written. Every time we need to see new things, ideas coming. This is a new idea. Let us give it a chance. People will enjoy it, and I think people are enjoying it according to what I saw on social media. People are enjoying it, but there are still other people who don't enjoy it. Even here in Uganda, there are some people who don't enjoy it, and that's why I always do like 2 or 3 language. Audio layers on a DVD. So that if you don't like the VJ, you can watch the one without a VJ or the one with the English VJ or something like it's choice.
Opa, acho que perdemos, Isaac. Precisamos do VJ aí para comentar.
A imagem dele travou, mas já deve estar voltando.
Travou. Chama o VJ. VJ. Move, move, move!
Move!
Logo volta nosso convidado. Pessoal, se tiverem perguntas, podem fazer. Eu vou ver aqui ao lado e já falo para ele. Espero que esteja tudo certo, vocês estejam escutando bem.
Pessoal, caso alguém esteja tendo alguma dificuldade para acessar o Fantaspoa, é só nos escrever.
Escrever para João, não para mim.
Escreve para o perfil do Fantaspoa em qualquer rede social aí. O primeiro momento do cadastro pode ser difícil, mas o pessoal tá utilizando a plataforma, está funcionando e estamos muito felizes de poder levar o plano do Fantaspoa de maneira online para vocês e gratuitamente nesse momento. Tem algum Fantaspoa online aí?
Tem o quê?
Tem algum Fantaspoa online aí em Portugal?
Não tem, não tem. É muito triste isso.
Conta um pouco sobre a vida em Portugal.
Não. Vamos falar de Uganda.
Vamos falar de Uganda.
Tu já marcou a tua viagem para Uganda para participar do filme do Isaac?
Ah, uma coisa muito importante. Vamos falar sobre os próximos debates.
Isso, fala aí. Fala algo útil. Faça-se útil aí.
Faça-se útil neste momento. Pessoal, tem vários debates que vão estar acontecendo aqui durante Fantaspoa, viu? E aí vocês podem assistir o filme, se quiser, antes, né? E participar dos debates aí logo após.
Opa.
Hoje, às 18 horas, a gente vai ter um debate muito divertido, que é de um filme chamado Zumbis no Canavial, que conta a história, Guerra é um que vai gostar muito desse filme, ele precisa assistir, que conta a história do que teria acontecido se, na verdade, o filme de zumbi não fosse uma invenção lá do senhor Jorge Romero, mas fosse feito por uma pessoa no interior da Argentina, e aí o Romero tivesse assistido e se baseado para fazer... Isaac está de volta. Hello, Isaac.
Hey!
Yeah, I'm back.
So, okay, I will leave you to it.
Yeah.
So we are talking about the VJ.
Yes.
Remember?
Yeah.
I need to ask you something. Do you also write the comments of the VJ, or the guy improvises watching the film, or do you give ideas to the VJ?
Yeah, normally the VJ, when you give him a movie, he finds his way of doing it, because that is another type of art. Otherwise, if I could do it, I could do it. But now I cannot be a VJ. But the English, at first with the English, we had to consult our friend Alan for some English words, because we are not fluent with English. Yeah, it's not our first language. So somehow at first it was like we wanted some words from Alan to help. Is a friend from New York, so we had to to work with him on the first English. English was not good with us, but he had the idea, but he could not get the exact word, so he was always asking, should I say this, is it working, or something like that. But in Uganda, you don't need to tell him, he is that is his mother language. And I think I wish everyone could hear the Luganda version. Is better.
So let's talk about your films. First of all, why did you start making your own films?
Yeah, first of all, as I told you, I grew up with the art. I was an artist from childhood. In fact, I wanted very much to act when I was young, but it was not possible because you could not, act. We had no cameras, we had no computers, we had nothing. And what we were hearing was you need millions of money to make a movie. That's what we were reading from books. So it was very, 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 very tough. But when I was very young, I used to draw a lot. But what I used to draw was football, because I was a good footballer anyway. But I used to draw football, like a comics in the book, exercise book. I draw the whole football match, like a goalkeeper gets the ball, passes it to maybe number two passes it to number three, something like that. It goes to the other keeper. So I used to draw a lot of those comics. And other, stuff. But when I grew up, I wanted to make something, in motion, to put something in motion. That is what was driving in me. So even now, when I'm making a movie, I even don't draw. I have everything in my head. So I'm very good at drawing. I have the pictures in my head. They are always coming. You should do this. The angle should be this. So I have the angles already, because I used to draw a lot. So that's why I said, no, it is time. Because in 1988, I told my brother Robert that we can make a movie. He said, no, you cannot. I told him, why? Because he said, you need millions of money. And then I took him to the TV. I told him, don't you see that this is big people can make a movie? It is the same. It is the camera that we need. It's not the money that we need. It's the camera. He said, no. But he had the mentality that we need money. But I was always asking him, where does the money go? Where does the money go? Is it a punch? How much do they sell a punch? How much is it a kick? For me, and we are doing spiralings. Every day we kick ourselves. How comes that, they put in a lot of money? So then I said, no, I have to make one. So when time came when I had at least a chance of, borrowing a camera, I bought a camera, and I had already got a computer. It was compact Pentium 2, and then I started, filming and learning how to do it. So that's how I started. It was always haunting me that I need to make a movie. From what I had collected from childhood, the imaginations of making it. So all that drove me into it. And also the film stars we used to see here in Uganda, they were all action stars. So I used to see, my favorite one, I think, is Chuck Norris from the poster, not from the movie.
Yeah.
I like him from the poster. He used to have a very good poster of a guy who was in between a cowboy and a commando. Because for me, a commando is someone who can hold a good gun, but a cowboy is someone who puts on a hat and pistols.
Yeah.
So he was putting on a cap, and even the boots and everything. The jackets was more of a cowboy, but he was holding a gun, a big gun. So for me, I like that poster very much, because I could see a cowboy transforming into a commando. So all that imaginations, I think that's what drove me into making my own movie.
And you learn making, right?
Yes, I
learned making.
Yes, I taught myself how to do it with the help of the software. I used to help, the first softwares had the help button. And if you clicked on that help button, it's like a book opening, and then you start reading. But nowadays, when I try that one, they takes you to the internet, to the website, something like that. But those days, it was not the website. Nowadays, you need internet, but those days, you did not even need internet. You just read from that help button. And I read about Adobe Premiere Pro. That's what I'm using. It was Premiere Pro 1.5. So I read it, and then I understood it, and then I started making movies. With After Effects, I knew it. I learned it from my brother, one of my brothers, who met a TV presenter, who told him that your brother is good in After Effects. So he called me and told me that there's a TV presenter who told me that you are very good in After Effects. Then I told him, no, I don't know After Effects. What is After Effects? So, so that's how I started, looking for it. So one friend who was studying film in Holland gave us that software the first time I saw it. So I started teaching myself After Effects. I learned it, and it was very easy to use than using Adobe Premiere Pro. But that's how I started teaching myself.
Yeah, today, if some young guy wants to make cinema, it's very easy, because you can go to YouTube and put like how to make fake blood, and it will appear a tutorial with everything to learn. But in the past, it was not so easy.
It was not at all easy. It was not. You just figure it out. In fact, I remember even cutting fire. I first cut fire from the movies, and then put it on my my clips, something like that. And then I said no, until I saw green screen. And then I started putting fire before the green screen, and then I take that fire, and then I use it in a movie. So I learned very much. I think the learning which I used was also good. It taught me a lot, because as you learn, you figure out so many things.
This is good.
I think even that it's easy, but it also spoils you. The YouTube, they don't give you that chance of the inquisitive. You need that inquisitive part of yours to think and do something.
Creativity.
The creativity. This one kills that creativity.
So when you started making your films, did everyone supported you, or were there people who thought you were going crazy?
The truth. That is the truth. I was even my beloved grandmother, my grandma, never believed me. She thought that I was crazy. I was crazy, because she first asked me because here in Uganda, when we were growing up, movies were always blamed for spoiling children. So even up to now, there are some people who think that movies spoil children. So it was not easy to convince my family that I can make a movie, and it is something that is maybe it's a job or something like that. No, they were not. My grandmother never accepted me into that. But time came when I told her that you saw me, growing up, I was an artist, so it is time to do exactly what I feel. after that is the time when I had already started the school, because one thing I know in my life was I wanted to learn very much, but I had to drop out of school because of school fees. So I started a community school here, saying that this school help the poor one, because I was among the poor one. I did not go to university because I did not have enough time. I mean, enough money. So I said, no, at least let me help somewhere. I made bricks myself, and then I started building a school here, and it is still existing. So I'm very happy. At least I'm helping the community that way. But I told her that at least I've done something good. I've done a school for the community. Let me do exactly what I feel, what I wanted from childhood. She said, it's okay, do what you feel you want. I think she died sometimes back, I think 4 years ago, but she was happy seeing that at least she knew of my, my progress in the film industry.
And there's new directors in Uganda right now, or you are the only one?
No. There are so many directors now. There are so many directors. By the time I started making movie, there were some directors, but they were directing love stories.
Making action films. There's only you.
Yeah, but with action, yes, I'm training. I've trained so many. The truth is, I've trained so many directors and editors of action, but the problem is they don't believe in themselves. They always, they believe that because they have already also known about Hollywood, they think that you need money to make an action movie. But I always tell them, now, let's do it. Yes, there is a time when I reached that when everyone was talking about Wakaliwood in Uganda, and maybe they were, I could see that we're going to get fed up. So what I did is I started helping other companies by even editing for them, shooting for them, and I knew that they were going to learn by doing, as we're doing. But yeah, nowadays they are doing on their own. But the truth is, many of them have dropped out because film are not paying as music is paying. Music videos are are paying well. So others are now making music videos, and others are working with the TV stations. So yes, but there are some who are still, trying with me.
So you told me that you have the film in your head, but in your filming process, do you write a script with dialogues and scene descriptions, or you improvise a lot while you're filming?
Yes, truth is, I write, but I normally don't write the whole script. But I write, I note. I would say that I note. I always move with my book. It's always so I write a lot, but I improvise a lot on the set because I'm a person who doesn't believe in weather or what, that if I wanted a sun, maybe rain and it shines, so I will not do it. I go on with what God gives me. For me, I believe that I'm here for a short period of time. So if I wait for the rain, if it doesn't rain for 3 months, how comes that I stopped? I'm here for a purpose, I think. I mean, for making people entertain people. Let me entertain them with whatever comes in my way. I know it is God's plan to bring sun instead of rain. So I go on with what comes in my way. I sometimes plan, and then I reach the location, and the location changes me because I might find that what I want, the slope I wanted, is not there, but I can use a chair. Let me use a chair instead of a raised land or something like that. So it's always improvising. Yeah.
Okay, so as I told you before, your movies are cheap and everything, but the action scenes are amazing. So I need to ask you: has anyone been hurt while shooting any of your films?
Yeah, I can't say no, but not very much. I don't get a lot of injuries because we are all trained. First of all, I don't put someone who is not trained into an action scene. Always, I need those ones who are trained. Even if you come and you want very much to be in it, I try to train you. I remember when our friend Alan from New York, when the first time he came here, we had to pass him through the training. It was not easy for him. And I was very, very careful to see that he does not get injured, though I needed him very much to be in the movie.
In Bad Black.
In Bad Black, yes. So I had to pass through the training. It was not easy for him. It was his first time into that, you know, serious training. Yes, even the children here. That's why I'm training these children here, the Wakastas, because I want them to, you know, to be physically fit. I train them to be the future film industry of Uganda. So we do a lot of training. These people cannot be hurt. It's not very easy to hurt them, though. Yes, sometimes they get minor injuries. Like the last movie which I shot is called Kung Fu Brothers. With Kung Fu Brothers, I think it is the most where it's the movie which they have got many injuries ever since I started, and I think it's going to be great after, you know, when people watch it. It's going to be a little bit, it's totally different from what I've been doing. It's basically Kung Fu, but they got a lot of injuries, and they were on carpet, but they got a lot of injuries. I mean, not serious injuries, but they were, you know, getting some bruises, something like that. Yeah, because it was basically, you know, punches and what. It was, I should call it a contact, sort of contact, you know, contact actions. Yeah, so that's why maybe they got some injuries. But with this running and jumping, they know they are very careful, and sometimes we are also careful. We have never got a serious injury.
Right now, do you have all the equipment, cameras and computers? Because in the past you have to build some things, right?
Yeah, I cannot say that I have all. In fact, I shifted from the computer, the desktop, to laptop, simply because laptops are very easy. They are portable, first of all, and another thing is that they have a battery. So because of our electricity, which is on and off, so at least with the laptop you can save your works. But I used to lose a lot of works, and in fact I lost many movies, even Captain Alex. I lost it, the original, because of electricity. So at least now I'm using a laptop, which I don't assemble myself, but it is a little bit good. It's it's a i-Core 7, so I can use it. I think I've used it for several movies. But with the camera, I don't have the best quality cameras because of money. I cannot buy them. But at least I have a camera which I use. And for me, what matters is the story, not the camera. Yes, with the other, you know, stuff like the lights, we make them ourselves here. The jib, we try to make ourselves jibs here. So with the guns, props and other, you know, stuff, we try to make them here.
You never tried to shoot with a cell phone?
Yeah, I did one just a few weeks, and we have submitted it. It was directed by my wife. So we submitted it in a festival. 1 minute, it is a French festival. So I've forgotten the name of that festival, but it's a phone. We did one with Corona, you know, story with the children. I think it is interesting. That was my first time to do it. But I also did with a cell phone. I did a music video with my Wakastas, and it is on UNESCO YouTube page of UNESCO. It is called. I've forgotten the name, but it is a Corona alert. It's alert. It's called alert. Yeah, so it was also with a cell phone. Yes, I'm trying to use now the cell phone to see how it works. Yes.
Oh, okay. Characters from your films are often mentioned in other of your films. Are you trying to create the Wakaliga cinematic universe like Marvel? Maybe Wakaliga is your Wakanda or not?
Wakaliga, first of all, let me tell you, Wakaliga is a village. For me, I call it an international village because I wanted to, in fact, I'm trying to spread it all over the world. Yeah, that's why people come from, you know, all over the world, come here and die in the movie. And we kill them here. When they come here, we kill them. After killing them, they write on their names on the wall. So that we call that Wall of Fame. So yes, we are trying to create our own identity, and this identity should come from this village Wakaliga to all over the world. It is I call it Wakaliga, an international village, Wakaliwood.
Okay, what's your favorite movie from all time?
I don't know.
Difficult question.
Yeah, that is a difficult question because I've now watched at least some movies. I don't know what is my favorite of all because I don't know which one for sure. I don't know.
Too many, too many.
There's so many. Yes, I appreciate many producers and directors. I appreciate their works.
But you prefer action films?
Yes, if it is a genre, yet it's action. For me, I believe from childhood, what I knew as a film or a movie is action. If you tell me that love story is a movie, I will not understand you. I will never. It will never come into my mind to say that a love story or the other story. It may be horror is a film, but if it is love, it is drama for me. It is for me. I should not be misquoted. That is how I grew up. And I never knew any love story star when I was growing up until Titanic came and we saw Leonardo DiCaprio becoming a star. That is the first star I knew from the love story side. But I'm not a fan of love stories. Okay. I'm a very good fan of
But if it's a love story during a war, it's okay for you?
During a war.
during an action scene.
Yes, like Bad Black, there's some love in it. Yes, but majorly it has to be action.
Okay, so many of your films are about commandos and soldiers and war, and I know that Uganda is a country that has had many wars, and you have also military experience, right?
I'm not a military. I cannot say that I had a military experience.
I read somewhere.
No, but yes. Sometimes people write about me before interviewing me. Yes, but I've never been in the army myself.
Okay.
I've never been in the army, and I've never been in military or in combat. I even don't know. I've never got a chance. To hold a real gun. If it means D3, AK, I've never held one, but I had a chance when I was very young to hold these rifles, the old rifles, because my grandfather had one. I had 2 of them. He used to use them for hunting. So that's the only gun I've ever held, apart from my guns here at Wakaliwood. So I've never got a chance. I even don't know how to trigger a gun. I don't know how to use it. If I am given it, if I'm given that task, I don't know if I can use a gun. But yes, the past of Uganda, I think, has nothing to do with my movies. The story. I believe that one day, if God wishes, if I get the money, because it needs money to do such a movie about Uganda, I believe that I want to do a movie about Idi Amin. Because because what they are doing about Idi Amin is not exactly what Idi Amin did. In fact, when I posted Idi Amin's son coming to Wakaliwood, we came here in 2 years ago. So when the last week, in fact, I ended it today. I've been posting about him, his visit to Wakaliwood. I got someone, asking me, why do you post Idi Amin? Idi Amin is his son. And he was relating, Idi Amin to his children. And that is bad. What you saw in the movie is not what exactly happened. Idi Amin's children are not bad. We need to reconcile, to come to love them. They need to know that we love them, and they should not, be, left away because their father was maybe a brute or something. No, the children are not. I've been, talking with him. He's my friend and is preaching peace every day. So I should not be taken to be Uganda, because I know Americans, whenever I talk about Uganda, they think Idi Amin. When they talk about Idi Amin, they think Uganda. They think that we are no. It is about over 30 years when that regime went, so we should now talk about peace. That's why I use the killing of people who come here and they sign it peacefully. Should know that we are peace. We are at peace. We are not killers. They should know that we love them. We love everyone. We are preaching love, though we are using action. We are preaching love. We love everyone. That's why I had to put the wall of fame, whereby everyone from all of different countries come to Uganda and we enjoy. We share everything. We share. We love. We are lovely people. Yes, the past has nothing to do with my movie. It is art. It is the art which I have. As I told you, I get these imaginations from the movies, not from the military side of Uganda. Yes, with the military side, I know something about the military because I was here during the Obote regime. People, I think in my opinion, Obote II regime was so brutal than Idi Amin's regime. But the problem is that brutality of Obote II was done on Ugandans, and the brutality of Idi Amin was done on the foreigners, and the foreigners started writing about Idi Amin. But they did not write about Obote, who did that brutality. He killed so many people than Idi Amin. I believe that I need to make a movie to clarify some, things like the Israelis who died at Entebbe. No one is talking about that. The Israelis are saying, no, he did not lose anyone. How comes that they come and they find such a well-trained army? They trained Idi Amin. Israelis trained Idi Amin. How comes that they come here and they don't lose someone? I tell you, they're lying. We need to do the other side of Idi Amin. To clarify that Idi Amin was a patriot who wanted Uganda, who wanted, even today, the economy of Uganda is in the hands of Ugandans. And if you go to Kenya, the economy of Kenya is in the hands of Indians. I'm not saying that I'm against Indians. I love everyone. But Idi Amin was a patriot who wanted the economy of Uganda to be led by Ugandans, who wanted, Ugandans to have the future, the leadership in their hands. And we have the leadership in our hands. It is about us to spoil it. But he was fighting very hard to see that we colonize ourselves than being colonized by others.
Okay, my wife Daniela, who loves your films, is asking if you ever use stuntmen, because there's a scene, for example, in Bad Black, with a kid falling off the car. Remember that scene? Looks very dangerous. So you have stuntmen or no?
No. No. The truth is that child did it, but she was falling on a mattress. He fall on a mattress. That is the camera trick. That is the effect, the visual effect. That is a visual effect. Yes, I need to maybe show the behind the scene of that, because people might think that the boy got hurt. No, he fall on a mattress, and I think he enjoyed it even when he saw it. Even the boy, when he saw that effect after it was done, he was so scared. He could not believe himself doing that. So yeah, sometimes I don't even need stunts, because this is a new generation of a green screen. Especially green screen does a lot of things that are unbelievable, that are undone, that you cannot do. So, but you can do it, but you feel like you cannot do it. So I think that is the trick behind making. Yeah, that was not dangerous at all. It looks dangerous on the screen, but it was not dangerous when we are making it.
Okay, let's talk some serious stuff right now. Can you make a living from making movies today, or do you still have another job to support yourself?
Yeah, I would say, because now I have a very good following from all over the world. Yes, I can have a living from my fans. For instance, I'm now working on a music video from Estonia. So, and they're paying me at least. They're paying me 700 euros. So that means at least that's good, man, I think. So yes, with that following, if they can, give me that chance of, making music videos away from home, they bring I use the actors here, and I can also tell them to film themselves and send me some 2 clips. I join them. Yeah, I'm working on a music video called Kalambula right now. From Estonia. The group is, I've forgotten the name of the group, but yes, I've been working on such, projects, simple, small projects. And I think, yes, I can have even selling DVDs around, selling these T-shirts, the caps and everything with our store online. Yes, we can have a living. I can make it. I think I can try to make it. I make with that film living. Otherwise, it is not easy for other filmmakers to earn a living. At least with a big following, I have at least I appreciate, and also I have fans and I appreciate what they're doing. I thank them. They are also funding some of these projects through Patreon, Wakaliwood Patreon. So I always thank them for that, because they are supporting at least they give me electricity. I have the internet. and even the laptop, I bought it from there, that money, and I can also access some now studies from lynda.com from that money I get from the Patreon. So
that's great.
yes,
That's great.
yeah. So I appreciate very much whoever is contributing to that page to support Wakaliwood, keeping on entertaining the world. Yeah.
But you still have another job, or you are making only films right now?
Yeah, I told you I have a school.
Okay.
Though it is a community school, but they pay a little. But I also get some money from there. I have some rental is here, some few rooms here, so they help me. And I also do music videos, as I told you, and I also do wedding parties. I film them. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Sylvia is asking, I'd like to start watching his movies. Which does he recommend I should start off with? The first of your movies that Sylvia needs to watch.
Yeah, I think you can go online first of all and watch Who Killed Captain Alex. Is free on our Wakaliwood official on YouTube. If you watches that movie, I think also Bad Black is there. With my commentary, so he can start from there and then he will order for more. We have many. Crazy World is coming and we have so many. Yeah,
Okay.
he should go and watch Who Killed Captain Alex. It's a free one online.
So Isaac, after Wakaliwood's films started to become famous around the world, did your actors start behaving like movie stars, asking for money or refusing to do a scene or something like that, or never happened?
What happened is that some of them started their own companies. Yes, that's what I would say. As because they felt they are now big, they can make their own companies. Yes, they have done, and I'm supporting some of them who are coming for my assistance. I support them, and we are, because for me, I believe that we need a stock of movies. What Uganda need a stock of movies, yeah, to exist. Otherwise, if you have few movies, like the genre of action, if you have few, someone will watch the 6 you have, and he will go back where he has been. So we need many, so that if you come, you watch one, you don't go. You always watch our movies. So like the way the Western it is. You watch one movie, you will never end watching. You see always a new, and some of them are very old as as my age, but they are new to you because you have never seen them. So that's what we want to do here, and have many more movies. And if you watch one, you get addicted to them, and then you start watching all of them. That's how I think we can make money.
But any of your actors said to you, like, for example, Isaac, now you are famous and you need to pay me more because we are famous right now. We are big stars, Waka stars.
I'd never got a chance of that one, but I think some of them who start their own companies, they believe that I have got enough money. Maybe that's what they some of them may go, because some of them I don't even they don't want to come back to me or something like that. But I believe that yes, it might be that, but I try as my best. I mean, I try my level best to see that I bring them back and they act and they get more famous. Because I sometimes tell them that yes, you might be famous, but we need also the money. We need the money. We have not got the money. The movies are watched. We have not got all that money we need. We have never made a movie that can give us $1 million or million Ugandan shillings, something like that. So yes, I always tell them that we need to wait somehow. Let us keep on making the like a village of world village, so that we get famous together. I need that. In fact, that's why I don't have so many names of my characters, meaning that what I mean, I try to rotate them, to bring them back more frequently so that they get to be known. Yeah, we need at least a star who's standing, like like you see Stallone and Schwarzenegger. We need someone like that. Like now we have Tiger Mafia, we have Bruce Yu.
Tiger Mafia, yeah.
Yeah, we have of Bruce Yu.
Bruce Yu. And what was the most difficult scene you'd ever done? Remember?
Most difficult scene. I think it was in a movie you have not watched yet. Okay. It is called Rescue Team. Yeah, the stand. It was we had to make a motorcycle jump
Oh,
we had to do like a suicide scene. We had to do one take. So I had to borrow a camera. But what happened when the guy came with a motorcycle jumping? My co-camera man had to run away. I remained there, but he ran away. So we had to do it once. It did not hurt the guy. He was not hurt because he had to fall into water. So, but the guy who I had put, in fact, I asked him, where do you think you were safe? And he told me, here I'm safe. But when he saw the motorcycle coming up, he had to run. So I lost the other side of that camera. I borrowed it and I did not get he did not get the shot well. So that was the most, I think, difficult. The movie is called Rescue Team. It is not yet out. Okay. But locally, yes, it is already here done. I mean, Ugandans are watching it, but internationally not.
Okay. Being a fan of action films, what do you think about superhero movies? Do you like superhero movies or not?
Yeah, superhero movies. I'm working on one right now. It is going to be called Isaac Ninja.
Oh.
And it's going to be this my son who is 12 years is going
Isaac
to be that
Newton.
ninja. Yeah, Isaac Newton. Yeah, it's going to be that Isaac Ninja. Okay. So and the reason why I'm using my son, in fact, why I'm forwarding my son is not because I'm selfish, but it's because I'm trying to build the film industry of Uganda, sacrificing. It's like sacrificing my son into this. I tried other children. Sometimes parents, when they get famous, I think that's the question you said. They get famous. The parents think that they are famous and they don't want them to be in a movie anymore. They want a lot of money. Yes, that's what. Yeah, but I got that very much in the music, not in film. So I am sacrificing him because of that. I can control him. He's my son, and I believe we need to transform. And the reason, the best reason is, when I was marketing my new movies in Uganda, I realized the 40 and above years people don't believe me, but the children can believe me. So that's why I'm forwarding Isaac Newton to persuade fellow children into loving our movie for the future audience. Otherwise, for us, my agement, we are just forcing them to watch our movies. But with the children, it is automatic. They love him because it's their agement. So he's going to grow with that. And I'm trying to build a bigger audience of that. So I'm working on that movie called Isaac Ninja because he has got already children who were about 10. They are now almost 17 years. So they need to see a superhero because that's what they are seeing from the West. I'm trying to bring them also to Uganda to understand. They are watching, they're also playing games every day. And those games are almost superhero games. So I'm trying to play with them, to bring them into loving Ugandan movies. That's why I'm going to work on a superhero movie. But my style of writing has been not a superhero style. Because I'm from Africa. You said it sometimes back when we started. You said it that my movies are a little bit complicated somehow. Because of many characters. That is not, that is not complication to us. We are Africans. Yeah, we Africans, we have what we call extended families. And West has got what they call nuclear families, where you consider father, mother, and children. So that's how you write your movies. With the father, a superhero. And for us, because we have so many around us, it's not very easy to know who a superhero is. My son can become a superhero when he inherits my father's, wealth or anything. So he becomes my father. My son can become my father in our setting, which is not West. So that's why I'm saying that the writing of nuclear family is not common to me. So I'm trying to write the exact African style. That's why I'm saying this is going to be the first time to do a superhero to follow the Western style. It is going to be the first time to do it.
So my last question to you, I think it's a stupid question, but I will make it anyway. If someone gave you $1 million to make a film, $1 million,
Yeah.
would you make a single film very well done with lots of stars, or maybe made hundreds of films the same way you do now?
Yeah, I think I will make hundreds of films because and I will change, I think, somehow. And the change will be buying a big land to set on a studio. And that studio will produce so many movies, and it will teach many generations. And it will be also ours for keeps than, you know, going and hiring a location, and we just use it and go. But if I build my location with that, that is a lot of money. It can help me build a location that can make more than 1,000 movies.
Good to hear.
Thank you.
So, Isaac, thank you very much for your time and for your questions. João is going to say something.
Welcome.
Hello, Isaac.
Hello, sir.
Thank you so much for joining us. Just to remember, people, we have today, if you want to join, we have some nice Q&As here in Fantaspoa. At 6 o'clock, we have Zumbis no Canavial. And at 10 p.m., we have Salvação, a film da Coreia do Sul.
Okay.
And Isaac, tomorrow at the same time, we meet you here, and whoever we want to invite to join us to talk about Crazy War.
Okay.
Yeah, you can invite the actors if you want to talk with us.
Yes, they are going to be here.
Okay.
So, see you tomorrow, sirs. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you
very much, sir.
Thank you.
Uganda.
Okay.
Wakanda Stars.
Yeah.
Waka.
Action Fantaspoa. Fantaspoa.